SuperMarvelSpider-Man 2 reacting to thumbnails that get weird, and we're gonna see and thumbnails weird and
the video.
Mr. Beast invited the twins to his warehouse, and as you guys saw, I had to sniff him.
Bro, your voice sounds like AI.
The creator even went on to do something completely unexpected.
This is not a game challenge or charity content. This is what I felt from museum models for some fun. His ass smells like prime drinks, festivals, and launches. Sniff, I sniff, Mr. Beast.
But none of this got too controversial because Boki is a content creator who's known for doing wild stuff like this all the time for his young impressionable viewers.
I wanna sniff Speed's ass. I wanna sniff.
So now you want us from Mr. Beast's ass.
Speed's ass. I wanna sniff Speed's ass. I wanna sniff. Speed.
And wrap their heads around how desperate someone can get since the bills can't be this high, while others fear they might be next. Don't sniff mine. While Boki makes songs about sniffing his peers' butts, other people
Sniff mine. Come on.
Presenting Purdy and Fig, a cleaning spray with plant-based ingredients that smells so.
While Boki makes songs about sniffing his peers' butts, other people spend time recounting the story where Superman rebuilds humanity with every woman. And just like the caption in the thumbnail implies, Superman really does impregnate all women on Earth. In the comic Justice League, created equal. This video just goes through describing the story and summarizing all of its events.
Now imagine the only man left alive is Superman. With the entire world in the hands of powerful heroines, the hope of humanity literally depends on one last Kryptonian.
And the comic begins to get weirder and weirder.
As for Superman, the only man still alive, the League will work on finding a way to ensure the continuation of the human species.
Until we come to a point where things get more than just uncomfortable to watch.
Even so, Lois simply takes off her clothes, becoming completely naked. With Diana by his side, he chose not just to rebuild the human race, but to guide it towards something better.
The story may have had a happy ending, but the comments weren't going to let Superman off that easy. Goon Clark, you must goon for Earth, goon for Krypton. This is what Batman finds on Superman's computer when he breaks into his fortress of solitude. Comic book stories get weird all the time, but finding a saxophone player in the Philippines seems a lot weirder thanks to this video's spooky thumbnail. Featured in bold capitalized text, the title of this video can be seen next to a grayed out abomination screaming at the viewer. This creepypasta was already fairly well known before this channel decided to cover it, and there were several versions out there like this one from Reddit called The Guy with the Saxophone. After that post, the story took off and wound up getting featured on this YouTube video. From meeting scary saxophone players, others bring attention to how Halo somehow just got even worse, with a gay, black, and disabled Master Chief on the video's thumbnail. This Halo Infinite, and the franchise's general decline in quality and hyper-focus on inclusivity branding over gameplay.
Master Chief was a masculine character. He was the protector of humanity. Halo Infinite delayed a year, and they still, all they could do was this trash campaign. And to see them digging up the corpse of something I used to love and absolutely covering it in homo flags is just beyond disgusting.
And the viewers cheered it on.
Bruh, what the hell is that? What the hell is even that? What the hell is that?
Halo Infinite was delayed 7 years and it still wasn't a complete product. One person even called it Halo Infinite Depression. While some people like the gameplay mechanics, like the open-ended combat, the overall hate the Halo franchise gets is justified according to them.
So let's just get this out in the open. Halo Infinite flop.
Even though Master Chief received the short end of the stick, this compilation of rap lines that didn't age well showcase the harm rappers like Drake are causing.
When washing the clothes you love, save up to 35%
really have to get
energy
out there.
with
Hurry,
Beko
hurry,
Energy Stick.
hurry
And
up.
get a brilliant clean with aerial pods in one wash. Keep out of the reach of children.
I really struggled with electrochemistry, and I think I did pre-reading on that plan before they
compilation of rap lines that didn't age well, showcase the harm rappers like Drake are causing with their music. The thumbnail speaks for itself. Drake mogging the viewer while he looks like Megamind from that angle is a hilarious take on his music. The video itself is a lighthearted, meme-filled recap of Drake's most questionable bars.
I touched down in 86. Knew I was a man by the age of 6. I even fucked a girl that used to babysit. He could've waited.
What the heck? No, this is some sort of AI or something. Man actually approached the girl really when he babysit.
It even started making people ask questions. Ain't no way these are coincidences. You are old enough, but you're still a baby. Yup, you're going to jail, pack it up. While out-of-touch rappers with questionable lyrics may not be your cup of tea, the origins of baby making from the inside out sounds like something that would surely attract a captive audience. As funny as the caption, "First fish to bang" looks, the video is actually a deep dive into the evolution of aquatic reproduction. We're talking hooked-shaped claspers and ancient armored fish cuddling mid-swim.
These critters are extremely bizarre with their genitals. They usually have 3 types of claspers. The first clasper is on the forehead and lets the male better attach himself to the female. Other team that found the genitalia hypothesized the male and female swam up next to each other and locked arms together to better embrace, while the male inserted his hooked claspers into the female's cloaca. Lots of paleontologists hypothesized that external fertilization was the primitive condition for vertebrates, with internal fertilization evolving later. It was hypothesized that external fertilization could not have evolved from internal fertilization.
Along with the shocking discovery that internal fertilization might have come before external fertilization. It's true when they say you'll find an audience for anything on YouTube. This is basically just 10 minutes of Netflix and Gil.
Genitals preserved in other fossil placoderms, as well as living fish genitalia.
Niche educational content on YouTube like this is a goldmine for people who want to know about everything. That's why PBS thought it was a good idea to question whether these giant sloths poop themselves to death. Sounds dramatic, but it really could have happened if the feces contaminated their watering hole. This comment basically sums up the entire
I don't know what kind of thumbnail's that, but yeah. That's just weird.
Of watching this video. Fascinating, disgusting, but fascinating. Although some prehistoric sloths pooping themselves to death might sound like some useless information, someone else decided to make a list of the best drugs to do at school, complete with a full tier list, like it's a Pokemon card ranking video. This is basically just 20 minutes of a guy ranking everything from Adderall to meth and treating it like it's some silly game show, saying things like Adderall's an S tier pick for final.
We've got acid. We've got Adderall. We've got carts. Hey, listen, Adderall, that's just an S tier school substance, dude. You really can't, it's just S tier, dude. There's no arguing it. Honestly, it's just on this list because it's a fucking drug, dude. We're putting it in the F section. If you smoke crack at school, I'm shocked you're even in school.
And calling crack an automatic F. The viewers found him promoting illegal substances on a platform meant for kids rather funny too, quoting the video to highlight how bizarre a grown man sounds when he's telling someone young to take some Adderall and go to school like a good kid. So yeah, maybe stick to math and say no to meth. From ranking drugs for school children to punching babies in public, extremely funny, YouTube has it all. This channel features a whole playlist of videos that show a guy pushing along a baby in a stroller and then punching its face in.
What do you mean what I'm doing?
Even though some kind-hearted people tried saving the child, others just found it funny. To a fan's surprise, no one was helping the baby as much as I thought they would. Some people even called it the thumbnail of the year. And it clearly worked, since the videos got thousands of views. Thankfully, they weren't actually punching a real baby. While these guys are busy punching fake babies, here's the 11 most racist moments in football history, with an angry Messi pointing at Vinny Jr. on the thumbnail, followed by a quote that's been wrong wrongly attributed to him. This was clickbait heaven, and spoiler alert, Messi isn't even in the video. His fans could tell, I don't think the thumbnail is necessary, Messi didn't do that. Instead, the video highlights real painful moments endured by players like Dani Alves, Balotelli, and Vinny Jr.
Turns out that fans have been throwing bananas while yelling racist chants at Dani Alves and Neymar long before this game. You know who the real victim is? Balotelli. Throughout his career, Balotelli has consistently been a victim of racism on and off the field. During a match between Brescia and Verona, Mario Balotelli endured racist abuse from the crowd as Vinicius tried to point out fans in the crowd who he believed were abusing him. He was ushered away by teammates and Valencia players before being spoken to by referee Ricardo de Burgos.
From fans throwing bananas at players to players being penalized for standing up to abuse.
After much persuasion from the players, the referee, and the coach, Eto decided to continue.
Shatter global financial barriers,
Bruh.
airwalks.
Bruh, again. Usually I'll probably pause this, but...
Eto decided to continue playing. Kevin Prince Boateng. In early January 2013, things became ugly when Milan played a pre-season friendly with a lower league club, Pro Patria. Open displays of racism were not new to Boateng.
It's a tough but necessary deep dive into the work left to do both on and off the pitch. Soccer or football players dealing with racism need all the support they can get, just like trans people do. That's why this guy came up with an insane plan to sexualize Pokemon for trans right activism, with a thumbnail featuring a low bunny meme that never seems to die. This video looks like content mail nonsense until you actually watch it.
Do you like Lopunny or Gardevoir? Are either of these among your top 10 favorite Pokemans? Do you ever find
Clickbait done right. You did it. You got me to click on.
No energy to even hold up a pen in my fingers, and I was living a miserable life for so long until my accident at work. Please started drawing. Yes, drawing gay porn, making adult animations, hoping that I would gain enough followers to start earning money.
So his only salvation was drawing gay animation after one viral Gravity Falls post.
I'm going to destroy all of Gravity Falls!
No.
But
It is the male, rather than the female, who carries around the developing babies in his pouch. 5 months later, Danny gave birth to a beautiful baby human named Wilder. I say human because according to Danny, Wilder uses gender-neutral pronouns.
the comment section was quick to point out how wrong Danny was for being stubborn about raising his child as gender fluid. Knowing how hard it is to have gender dysphoria, wouldn't you want your child to know and be comfortable with their biological sex? Your child doesn't have dysphoria yet. They didn't ask to be referred to in gender-neutral pronouns. People just didn't appreciate the idea behind Danny's unique parenting techniques. The baby is nothing more than a prop for this individual. That's exactly why Dark Discoveries decided to cover this story and expose Danny.
Thankfully, Wilder seemed to be born with no health complications, despite the heightened risk of birth defects that come with methamphetamine use. Although there were no issues with Wilder's birth, Danny's story was full of them.
While Danny grapples with the complicated future in store for him, this creator wants to show you how to breathe from your balls. The thumbnail shows a man confidently saying, "Breathe from your balls," and that's exactly what he teaches. This video is everything you need to know to start breathing from your balls, and it's apparently the perfect way to raise your masculine energy.
Hey guys, today we'll talk about how to breathe with the balls. Are you thinking, oh, this guy is crazy? Yes, I am. Well, let's talk about really what does it mean to breathe with the balls. You will go to Starbucks, for example. You're just gonna go, you have eye contact, you breathe in, and the whole Starbucks will look at you and say, who's that guy? They will feel your presence. I promise you, they will feel your presence. Remember one thing, where focus goes, energy flows. You breathe it right into your balls, and it's gonna really ground you when you do this.
According to the creator, deep breathing techniques make you feel grounded and confident. Even his fans call him a legend for passing on his ancient knowledge. While we're on the subject of breathing with your balls, who could ever forget this Simon Whistle thumbnail where he's holding up a bottle of Mountain Mountain Dew with sperm swimming around him. So, is Mountain Dew the sperm killer?
Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. You're watching Today I Found Out, and in the video today we're looking at whether Mountain Dew really lowers sperm counts. And because contrary to a popular long-standing rumor, Mountain Dew has never been shown to lower your sperm count. Indeed, it's not been shown to kill any sperm whatsoever, or make your penis smaller, or shrivel up your testicles. Indeed, the most commonly cited reasons why Mountain Dew supposedly lowers sperm counts are its relatively high amount of
Wait, hold up. I'm not tripping. Or is it me? Or did they try to make it more
caffeine and its use of yellow dye number 5, also known as tartrazine.
The answer is more complicated than you think. High caffeine intake from sugary sodas and energy drinks negatively affects sperm count, semen volume, and testicular function. But instead of profiting off of his audience's fear, Simon chose to stick to the actual science behind it all. And no, Mountain Dew does not kill sperm. It's just a popular myth. According to Simon, you'd have to drink an Olympic pool's worth of Mountain Dew to jeopardize your precious shot at continuing the family line. From drinking Mountain Dew to drinking my own urine, is it okay to drink
When little time calls for big power, reach for Fairy Max Power with Fairy's strongest grease-cutting formula. In cooler water.
Your novel, now make it real with Novel November, a free writing challenge.
shot at continuing the family line? From drinking Mountain Dew to drinking my own urine, is it okay to drink? The guy holding the jar clearly seems to think so. He's famous for doing all sorts of crazy things. But yes, we're actually talking about golden, very dehydrated looking urine on this channel now. You would think there's no way he'd actually drink that, right?
Okay, today I'm going to be drinking my own urine.
Okay, this is so gross.
You do not drink urine.
It's gross. It's really gross. Because this live straw removes 99.9999% of bacteria.
The entire video is just this guy filtering his own urine with a life straw and then drinking it like it's Gatorade.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my gosh, do not.
That's so gross. That is.
And surprise, surprise, immediately regretting his life choices soon after. Turns out, pee isn't sterile, and drinking it is a terrible idea if you're looking to survive out there.
Suffice it to say, drinking urine may be your kidney's worst nightmare.
Why drink pee when you can use it instead? TikTok's most disgusting human being. This thumbnail wants you to know he loves piss, showers, weapons, dinner. If you didn't get it, this person loves urine all around him, even in the air.
So you're gonna need some piss jugs. The piss air will come up from the bottle and go in the back of the fan. And so basically, you got some beautiful piss air. It smells good. It's hygienic. Women love it. So get you some piss air.
Meet Mr. Piss Air.
I don't know what that is.
Mr. Piss Air is a TikTok creator whose entire life and apartment revolves around golden showers.
His boxing, his cooking, and piss showers. We also can't forget his piss cakes, piss toes, and piss rituals. Clearly, Mr. Piss Air had an obsession, and it doesn't take a genius to guess what it was.
From scrambled pea eggs to piss nukes.
So basically, I got two eggs right here, and I got my piss right here, and I'm going to be showing you how to make my personal favorite receipt. It's pretty easy to make. You're just going to want to put some piss in a pot. All right, not too much.
And even a piss nuke.
He even names his jars of urine like they're his kids.
Guys, today I'm going to be showing you my piss collection. So first up we got Jonathan. You know, Jonathan's pretty chill and nonchalant. I like him.
And don't worry, you are not the only one who finds all of this hard to swallow. It's so hard to tell whether this is a very good performance or a horrifically real person.
Guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to make some piss soup. Oh my god, that looks so good. Look at that one swimming around.
But even that might not be as absurd as Peter Griffin gets molested several times. Seriously so funny. It shows Peter Griffin over a table, getting his ear licked by his doctor with the caption, "I am a breeding bull." Sounds, and is one of the worst running gags in Family Guy.
Where you going, fatty? We gonna have a party.
This video is basically just a compilation of every time the gag was seen on the air.
Oh no, I dropped my pencil.
Oh, I'll get it for you.
Yeah, this is gonna work out just fine.
So how's this work? You just feel my pulse? So what the hell was that?
And it wasn't the first of its kind either. Nonetheless, it was a major hit with the algorithm, and it got millions of views, with people saying, is there a lore reason why this video was recommended to me? Eventually, YouTube delisted it off their platform and hit it with several copyright strikes. If you search it up on YouTube now, only this repost shows up. Family Guy has always been a controversial show, but its absurdness pales in comparison to this eccentric YouTuber who attempted to follow every recipe in that cookbook. This disgusting thumbnail of a guy trying recipes from an infamous cookbook called Natural Harvest, a collection of seed-based recipes, is for a compilation video of his journey ever since he started making each recipe.
Hey everybody, did you miss me? So Pride Month is coming to an end, but I wanted to keep the spirit going.
But Enrico Zenitani is anything but a very normal guy, and his content is as wild as it gets. This video goes on to showcase all of his other videos and covers some of the more popular recipes from his seasoned cookbook.
The idea is I'm gonna make this, and as I'm making it, I'm gonna add the special sauce, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven.
Speaking of season, here's a YouTuber that's asking the weird questions. Where should you finish? With a thumbnail of a guy getting to choose between season in a cup or on a palm, you'd be shocked to find out it's just 7 minutes of him streaming with his buddies. The interaction was pretty harmless in itself, but it did result in the library of Letourneau creating a thumbnail that still haunts people to this day. Librarian went the distance by putting his own hand on the thumbnail. This is the content I'm looking for from some 36-year-old men during Pride. Talking about bodily fluids any longer is pretty much beating a dead horse at this point. So let's talk about the worst monarch deaths in history instead. Nothing screams click me like a man dramatically pressing a chisel against a woman's rear end. Naturally, you'd assume you're about to watch some bizarre prank video, but no punchlines here. This is a grim, deep thrust into the brutal death of Edward II. That thumbnail, it looks like the recipient is really enjoying themselves, which started with Edward being imprisoned for
At B&Q and Trade Point, get up to £200 off bathrooms and up to £1,000 off kitchens.
Which started with Edward being imprisoned for many months and constantly being moved from prison to prison, placed in permanent captivity, and then it all ended with a brutal execution.
And his death remains one of the many mysteries of medieval England.
If you thought the last thumbnail made was crazy, take a look at this. This is quite possibly the most cursed YouTube thumbnail to ever exist, with a title claiming people said she deserved it, when it clearly shows a man beside a child with the words, she asked for it. The girl in the thumbnail was Heaven Awad, a 7-year-old child who was brutally assaulted and murdered by her uncle, Genet Baye, in Ethiopia. Her story is real, and it ignited a national outcry in Ethiopia, and yet some people thought that the creator clearly wanted to attract attention by riling people up. This has me speechless and fuming. However, based on the thumbnail, this video was not awareness. Although the video covers her case pretty well, and the creators express remorse for her.
On August 1st, 2023, Abekulesh went to work and left her daughters in the care of Getnet's wife, who was their aunt. Heaven excused herself to use the bathroom, and she never came back. Getnet Bea had lured Heaven away to an isolated place where he essayed her. He forced sand down her throat so she couldn't scream. We will spare you some of the more terrible details about it.
The absurd clickbaity thumbnail told a different story. A story that neglected to cover mother's demand for justice. Heaven didn't ask for it, she was a child, and she deserves to be talked about respectfully and not turned into a sensational thumbnail. Speaking of using sensational thumbnails to bank off of other people's misery, this one about a dancer fed to the homeless was also equally as disturbing. It's unfortunately based on a real event, where Monica Bierl, a 26-year-old dancer from Switzerland who came to New York chasing her dream, but instead of living out the American dream, she was found brutally murdered, dismembered, and cooked by her own roommate.
Candace started chopping her up, cooking her meat with a butcher knife and the aid of a saw.
That guy looks suspicious when he says that.
Just a wood saw.
Where did you get the saw?
From a hardware store.
Daniel Rakowitz, a disturbed wannabe cult leader, later told people he used her remains to make soup and served it to the homeless people outside Tompkins Square Park.
Like the claims of Monica's remains being turned into a soup and given to the homeless for dinner were confirmed.
Right. Guys, I don't think I'm okay. I don't think I'm okay. I don't know what was that. Piss, oh my god. Anyways guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.